Hey guys, it's Vanessa Joy, and I'm going to show you today how I pack for an engagement session. If you've been here before, you've actually seen me talk about what I pack for a wedding, and as much as I love engagement sessions, weddings are just a little bit different. So I'm not going to pack nearly as much. It's also just me, not a second photographer, and I do have an assistant. So I'm typically carrying just my camera and shooting and rolling around ninja style on the ground. And my assistant is carrying a bag, sometimes a light bag too, but I'm actually going to show you today how I pack everything I need for an engagement session in one typical bag. Now this one is a Kelly Moore bag. I've had this forever. No, I don't remember the style, but Adorama has a billion bags. This is just your typical messenger bag, and on the inside we have like those 3 compartments. And that's it. So I want to be able to travel lightly because my engagement sessions we're walking around a lot. I don't want to tire out my assistant or anything like that. And we just want to travel light, but obviously have the tools that we need to get the job done. So number 1, my camera. This is the Canon 1DX Mark II, which is what I shoot with. And this is my strap. Everyone always asks. The strap is by Kawa, K-A-W-A, Kawa Pro Gear. So that's going in first, but I'm not putting it in right away. What I'm going to do is attach it to one of the lenses that I know I'm going to bring. Now, don't kill me. I know that you're not really supposed to travel with the lens attached, but I'm making an exception here. I need everything to fit. Do not doubt me. I'm a Tetris master. All right, so I'm bringing my 135, my Canon 135 2.0. This baby is one of my favorite lenses, and I love starting off engagement sessions with this lens because it allows me to be a little bit farther away from the client to start off with, get them used to it. This is the first time I'm photographing them. And of course, obviously it's gorgeous, beautiful quality light, beautiful quality lens. Anyway, so I'm taking that off, putting this on, and this is going smack in the middle of my bag. So just putting that in there so that the lens is sitting in. I'll put that right here. All right, so the lens is sitting in first in one of those little compartments. So that's number 1. Number 2, I'm going to put my most used lens in here.
I've got a lot coming for you, but first a little freebie. Download my free posing inspiration guide. You can download it in the link in the description below.
And if you know me, you know that is the 50mm 1.2. Not necessarily my favorite lens, but definitely the one that gets used the most. So bringing this with me, it's really of the ring, maybe, with her hand on him or whatever. And that is a must. So that one's just going right in. After that, I'm going to take my 85mm 1.4. So this is the new one with the image stabilization in it, again, Canon. And I love this lens. This is a beautiful portrait lens. It's really great. It's great for everything. It's even great for some details. Not quite for the ring, can't get that close. And we'll talk more about the ring shot later, but it's a must-have lens for me. Now, sometimes this is all I pack because at 50mm, I love taking landscapes with that. I love taking those wide portraits, those wide photos of the couple with my 50mm because it has just a compression, but I don't always get that option. So I think about where I'm going to be, and if I'm going to be somewhere that's a little bit more cramped and it's not going to work with me having a 50mm for my wide lens essentially, then I carry with me the 24mm as well. So the Canon 24mm. Now this one, not going in the main compartment, it's going in this little front pocket here. I don't really use it that much, even if I bring it, so I'm just going to put it in a side compartment. That's not where I'm constantly working and grabbing and needing it. Now, I've covered all my bases here. In choosing lenses, this is what you want to think about. When you're choosing lenses, think about what you need to shoot for an engagement session as well as for a wedding. I always think to myself, wide, medium, tight, wide, medium, tight. I want to get shots that are wide so that it's just a big grandiose picture. It's going to look good across a full spread of the album. It's going to be easy to sell them a canvas and print. Then I want the medium shots, nice full body shots that are about the 2 of them more than the landscape. And then I want to get in even closer, little kind of intricate details, little intimate moments with the 2 of them. And it just plays together really nicely to give your clients a variety of images, especially when you're making an album. Lots of different things to put in there, things that look good together and flow together, help you sell more album pages and more prints and all that. So yay, bonus, all right? So that's it. And obviously, by the way, charge battery, memory card, and all of that. I don't bring a backup camera to engagement sessions. I just don't. I know it's probably no-no. Sometimes I throw it in my car. You'll notice what I am not bringing is my macro lens. So I do have the Canon 100 2.8 macro, but I'm just not bringing it for an engagement session. Yes, did she just get engaged? Yes, does she want a picture of the ring? Great, I can get pictures of the ring, but it doesn't have to be a macro shot. And I know at the wedding, I'm gonna photograph the ring by itself, the engagement ring by itself, along with the wedding bands as well. So I'll just get it done then. Never had a bride upset about that. And if I did, then I'd just take the photo, all right? And meet up with her and take her ring photo in a macro shot. All right, now it's on to lighting. So I'm bringing my Profoto transmitter. It's going right in the front pocket as well. And let me just zip that up because we don't need that anymore. Got that here. Now for a wedding, I pack a B1, a B10, and a couple of A1s. But for an engagement session, again, thinking lighter, thinking smaller. I used to bring my Profoto B2s, but now really all I need is my Profoto B10. So the Profoto B10, it really is perfect, for me anyway, because for engagement sessions, I'm not doing a ton of like crazy lighting. I'm really just gonna use this probably to create a golden sun, golden hour glow. And I am shooting a golden hour for my engagement sessions, but you know, sometimes it's cloudy, sometimes the sun just isn't where I would like it to be. So I decide to take it with me. So this Profoto, got the cap on it, Profoto B10, beautiful, and it goes in here. Again, sometimes I bring it out of the light bag, but I want to show you how to put it onto this bag. It goes right in here on top of the 50mm. So I've got my 50mm down, oops, down there. Can't really see, need a light in there. All right. And then I'm just putting the B10 right on top. Now, I know it's kind of precarious right now, but you know, usually I'm just getting in my car and getting out. If I'm in the city, then a little bit more transportation, and I might bring that extra bag just so everything is nice and compact and safely packed. So that goes right there. Now, if I am gonna use this for golden hour, what do I need? I need my gels. So I've got my color correction gel pack here. Yep, that's this one. All right, so I'm primarily going to be using the full CTO gel to give tons of warm glow. Just so you can see the difference here. That's the difference between a full and that one is a quarter. So just more orange, a little bit more dense. All right, so bringing that bad boy with me. And then I have to bring the gel holder right here. You know what? Let me come in and have a combo with you real quick. I was recently shooting with one of my second shooters, and I was putting these gels on the light, and he was looking at me do it like I had 6 heads, and he's like, I didn't realize you did it that way. I didn't do it like that. So, you know, sometimes we get so excited about our gear, we just open it up, and we don't read the manual, or we don't check how to put things together, myself included. So let me just show it to you real quick. All right, because it's really simple. So what he was doing was taking the gel, the grid holder really, because this is the grid holder for Profoto, and here's a grid, and that just kind of like plops right in here. But what he was doing was taking the grid holder, putting the gel behind it like this, because it does sit nicely there, and then putting it on his light like this. And that kind of works, you know, if you get it to sit there flush, but that's not how it goes. That's not the way you do it. Because what's going to happen is if you want to change that gel, you've got to take the whole thing off. You see it just kind of fell out, and you know, now what, right? You're scrambling around on the ground. So here's how you really do it. You've got your grid holder, and then there's this magical little extra piece here that goes on top, and it looks like this when you get it. So this is why he didn't realize that's what this was for. So this goes right on top of the grid holder, and then here, there's this itty bitty little ring that just pops off. There we go. Try not to mess up my nails. That is gonna hold your gel. All right, so you got little grooves, one up here, one on the bottom, and they fit into the groove here and the groove here. So you're just gonna place it nicely on top. You take your little ring, put that on top on the grooves, and voila. Now you put it on, and that's how you put on the gel. All right, so if you wanted to change gels, you don't have to take the whole thing off. You're just taking off this little jammy, that was not very graceful, and put another gel back onto it. Anyway, it was a crazy tangent, but I just wanted to show you because it's just, like I said, it's one of those things. Sometimes we're just doing something incorrectly, and you know, I'm not going to tell you you're doing things wrong, but sometimes you're just doing things in a way that makes your life more difficult. So, trying to change that. All right, so we got this, we've got the grid holder, I've got my gels, and I'm just bringing my color correction gel because I probably won't do anything crazy with lights. And the color correction ones are basically the orange ones, blue ones, and then we've got green here as well. So let me show you where all that goes. Go back to my spot. So we've got the B10, and the B10 is covered. That goes right here on top of my 50. And then my gels, actually, I sneak into the back pocket here, and I just put my gels in here as well as the grid. So that kind of goes in there, gets a little stuffed. This is where my purse goes. I carry kind of like a clutch purse, so that goes there. There's also a spot for my phone on the side. Okay, so that's there. And, oh, and then the last thing, if I wanted to, I could also throw on my Profoto A1. So this is the case that comes in. And sometimes I just bring this along, you know, maybe I want a little fill flash in front while I'm lighting them from behind, and my assistant can't, you know, hold the light behind them as well as hold the reflector to give them fill. So sometimes I'll just bring this along with the bounce card. Let me just show you this. All right. Oh, and that reminds me, actually, I also bring the Adorama's brand Glow, the 5-in-1 reflector with me. I'd show you the actual reflector. That's just the case. I'd show you the reflector, but it's lighting me right now, so I use it a lot. All right, so we got the A1 here, you know, and this is another like nice little trick. You know, I love having natural light, the reflector coming in, you know, lighting up the eyes a little bit, but if, you know, again, someone has to hold that, someone has to hold my B10, so if I have my assistant holding my B10, making that golden hour glow come behind them, then I just pop this on top of my camera with the bounce card right here, which is a little dirty, whoopsies. All right, so that just plops in. Someone's gonna send me a video about how I'm putting this on incorrectly. And that just goes like that. So that's enough just to give them a little bit of fill. Yeah, it's kind of flat coming on camera, but the little bounce is nice. There's also the soft bounce that they have. I could bring that. Do I have that in here? Oh, I do. So this is another option. I could bring this, and this is just going to be even softer. I actually love this just in general as a light modifier. So off camera, really, it's beautiful. But again, magnets, boop, right on top. Look a little crazy with this one, but whatever. Anyway, just giving you kind of options. So I can also fit this Profoto A1 in my bag here. So let's do that. Let's get it back in the case first, because I usually keep these in the cases. All right, so that's just going right here, right on top. I said it'd fit. I didn't say it would close. I mean, that's why there's a flap that closes. And then, you know, if I wanted to bring, I can choose if I want to bring either the bounce cards, which in this case is probably what I would bring because I'm making it fit, but it's not exactly roomy. It's kind of like a New York City hotel room. So that goes here, and then this can just go right in the front, the bounce card. All right, so that's it. I got everything to fit, you know, pare down my wedding bag into my engagement session bags, and this is what we got. This is also why I lipped. So there's that. My assistant is the one who's carrying that around a bit, so sorry. And then of course we've got the reflector, and I can just hook that right onto the bag. These straps come off, and then I can hook it right on. Voila. All right, so that's it. That's what I put in my engagement session bag. Make sure you check out all the other videos that we have here on YouTube. We've got tons of videos on YouTube. I'm sure there's ones of me showing you how I shoot engagement sessions, so that would be a great one to follow up with this and go watch. And like I mentioned, there's other stuff here on the channel, you know, how I pack my wedding bag. If you want to find me, I'm at Vanessa Joy here on Instagram, and I will see you guys next time on Adorama's Instagram TV. Bye. Oh, gotta turn it off.